Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. It is me again, and I am here to give you 5 quick reasons why you're probably unhappy. So now just stay tuned, okay, and try to get some answers and try to evaluate yourself. Maybe one of these points do apply to you, and it could help you greatly if you just realize why you're so miserable. The first point is do not compare yourself. We probably hear this all the time, and we probably do not mean to compare ourselves. But honestly, if you're having a wonderful and fine and dandy day, and then you go on social media, and then you just feel so shattered, and you feel so poor, you feel so broken, you might not do it intentionally, but you're actually comparing yourself to someone else. Listen, do not compare your education, do not compare your relationship, do not compare anything with other people. Keep fighting. If you want to go higher, go higher. But you do not need to put on the pressure and stress and burden of where other people are just to like maybe try to push yourself, because sometimes we think if we compare ourselves to people, then we might actually get to that stage. But no, if you are killing yourself and making yourself miserable, you're not going to be mentally prepared to actually accomplish and do what you want. So you have to be mindful of that. Do not compare yourself. 2 Corinthians 10 does say that if you compare yourself, you are not wise. So you need to watch out for that. The second point, as usual, please do not try to impress people or gain anyone's approval. Proverbs 29:25, the fear of man would prove to be a snare. Please love yourself the way you are. Don't try to act hyper when you know you're actually not like that. Don't try to be loud when you know you're not a loud person just to get more likes, or I don't know, more followers, or I don't know, just to fit in a relationship. I always say that if you have to sin to save it, if you have to lie to save it, then you need to drop it. Whatever it is, if it's causing you to compromise just because you're trying to be on someone's good side, if you need to compromise to do that, it's not healthy for you. So you're unhappy because you're actually suffocating the real you and trying to become someone who you're not just to please someone else. Don't do that. Okay? You're going to be the only one judged by God. So take it easy and don't try to compare yourself to, and don't try to impress anyone, because really you owe accountability to God and whoever is your accountability partner, and no one else. So don't try to do that. Don't try to impress people. And the third point is you're probably unhappy because of premature boasting. I mean, I know a lot of us probably know people who are not really fake or false, but they speak a little too early. A lot of us have plans and we expect things, but until they materialize, you're not supposed to go on and talk about it. A lot of you are unhappy because you talk about things too early, too quick, tell people what you're going to accomplish, what you're going to get, when you don't physically have it yet. And then when things, do not go out as planned, you're seen as someone who's fake, and you're not fake. It's stressing you out. But avoid premature boasting. I feel like you would avoid that if you just, simmer down on how much you talk and who you talk to. So until something becomes tangible, I don't care if you're expecting it tomorrow, don't go around, getting people's hopes up. Don't go around making yourself look a certain type of way, when you don't have what you're expecting. So premature boastings, you definitely need to avoid it. Just learn not to talk about things before they actually materialize, because you don't want to be seen as fake and you don't want to be sad. And the other one, please, you're probably unhappy because you are trying and dying, trying to follow all these trends that, that's not really you. You don't care about certain outfits and stuff, but because you see it all around, you feel like you have to step out of your comfort zone. Do not do that. Please, you are going to be unhappy and miserable. Because nobody can can have a continuous facade all the time. You're breaking your back, trying to look a certain way, trying to just blend in. And I mean, I keep looking at my phone because that's where I have the pointers. But honestly, you don't put yourself in that place. Why are you imprisoning yourself? Why are you limiting yourself? I mean, why are you subjecting yourself to that? If it's not you, if you do not care about the iPhone, why do you want to get the iPhone? I believe it's called, let me not even say, because I don't even know. If you want to get the latest iPhone or latest camera and you know you cannot afford it and you know you really don't care for it, do not get it. Don't make yourself unhappy over things you cannot afford just because others have it. Please. And other thing that makes the other reason why you're probably unhappy is because of anxiety. What does the Bible say? Proverbs 12:5. Anxiety weighs down the heart of man. You're anxious about next week. You're anxious all the time and you wonder where time goes. You wonder where the week has gone or how the day went by so fast. Like, you are always just anxious about the next thing. That's why you're unhappy, because you're really not enjoying life. You're not enjoying now. You're not present. You're not in the moment. So you feel as though things pass you by. Happy things happen and, all of a sudden next week is when you actually feel the excitement. That's wrong. Something is wrong with it. So don't be anxious. Anxiety does weigh down your heart. It causes unhappiness, but the Bible does say that anxiety weighs down the heart of men, but a kind word makes it glad. A kind word will make you glad. So you have to speak good words to yourself, which goes to my next point. You're probably unhappy because you are the meanest person to yourself. You do not know how to talk to yourself. You are so mean to yourself. I mean, honestly, I would not want to stand, or I cannot stand or be around people who are constantly just bashing me and are always negative. Yeah, we don't want to be around ourselves and we're constantly unhappy because that's how we are. In our heads, we're always telling ourselves off, oh, you're so stupid, you're so dumb, how could you do such a thing? So now, why would you get offended when someone else says it to you if you feel like you can say it to yourself and, I mean, it's justified in your eyes? So you're probably unhappy because you're saying all the wrong things to yourself. You're actually hurting yourself more. So watch the things you say to yourself. And of course, you are probably unhappy because you are always fighting people. You're unhappy because you give attention to every little thing that people do. There are people like that. Like, they're just so they have like automatic focus. They know how to zoom in. Oh my gosh. They pay attention to the littlest things. Honey, you are going to drive yourself crazy if you feel like you have to respond and react to every negative thing that people will do to you. That is why you're unhappy. Because you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulder and you feel like you have to always defend yourself. And you're just drained because really all your energy goes into is the next person who's going to try to cross you and things like that. Be calm. Just be calm. Why are you getting so bitter? Why are you becoming a bitter person? You know you don't actually need to respond to negative people all the time. I just hope you know that. So really, if that's why you're unhappy, because you're always paying attention to people who hurt you, who get on your nerve, you need to cut it out. Be happy. It won't hurt. And also, the final reason why you're not happy is because you are not thinking the right thoughts. What does Philippians 4:8 say? And let's go there. I believe it's Philippians chapter 1 verses 8. The Bible, God actually tells us the things we are supposed to think about, because I know He knows that we're human. He made us. So He knows that, we're going to think certain things that really would make situations and matters worse. Okay, so, all right, so I got it right the first time. It is Philippians 4:8. And it says this: And I'm going to leave you with this. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Don't think on the ugly, okay? Yeah, God doesn't want you to not face reality, but just don't dwell on the ugly all the time. God wants you to think of lovely things. Don't dwell on impure thoughts. Don't dwell on false things. Just bask in loving thoughts. It'll probably help you out of that cave of unhappiness. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would want more of this content from me, please be sure to drop anything in the comment. Drop it in the comments. Shoot me an email and DM me on Instagram. I'll be more than happy to welcome suggestions, and give this video a like as well if it's helped you. If you feel like it will help a friend, please be sure to share it as well. So I just want to thank you all for taking your time. I hope you evaluate yourself, and I hope you stay away from the things that make you unhappy. God bless and take care. Bye.